Alright, so we're gonna try this. It's been a while, probably, I think, if not a year, then almost a year since I filmed an overhead video of my sketchbook, which is by far my most popular video I've ever made. I didn't expect that. It's not like it's a crazy amount for some people, but for me it's a crazy amount. So today we're not going to be looking through anything I've done because I haven't made a crazy amount of art since then. I've made a bit, and it's really hard when you're working a full-time job to keep up on making art. Someone, I can't remember their name, I should have looked at it before I started filming, commented on that video actually yesterday, and it made me really happy. They said that they were glad that they got me on their recommended page and loved the video and blah blah, and they said something about a tracing video, and I realized that was a great idea because I love tracing videos. And I have a lot of art books because I collect video game concept art books. So we're gonna start with my absolute, well, I think it's a close tie with one other game, but my absolute favorite game, which is the first Last of Us game. The first Last of Us game. We've got Ellie, this nasty man. I think this is during the cannibal section in the hotel. I know it's during the hotel, but I think this is where the cannibals are, the hunters, so they call them, not cannibals. And then Joel, having a little bit of a rough time. I recently had fake nails on, and I really wanted to do a video with them on. But again, I've been so busy with work and life, and they fell off before I got to film anything. I considered putting them back on just for this video, but they're really hard to do my job in. So I figured it wouldn't be worth it. But next time I put them on, I will try my best to do a video. I also grabbed this pencil. This mechanical pencil without any lead in it. I don't know how much I'll use it, but I thought, since I don't have my long, good nails, I could trace a little bit with this. It's almost like drawing. So we've got the art of The Last of Us. The art of The Last of Us. TM. Okay, so I also, one thing at a time. Got this candle I'm gonna light. Recently got from Bath and Body Works. Linen and lavender. I really love the tin, what's it called, lid? It's divine. I love this sound. I'm gonna try not to be too harsh with it because it is kind of strong, kind of loud, if you aren't gentle with it. So I'm gonna try to remember to close this at the end so we get the lid sounds twice. I don't know if I'll remember. But I'm gonna try. So we're gonna light this just really quick. I think I already said I lit it last night for the first time, and it was divine. Ooh. Okay, and it fits right over here inside the shot. Okay, and then I think, as far as doing this goes, I don't think I'm supposed to show the whole book as far as copyright is concerned. That could be entirely incorrect. I don't actually know. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick one chapter. Just pick one chapter and go through as much of that as I feel is a good amount. Maybe the whole chapter, maybe not. So the art of The Last of Us. So of course there's gonna be a bit of grittiness in here. From a gritty zombie game. A sad gritty zombie game. With beautiful characters and beautiful storytelling. And beautiful art. So we get to look at some of that. I'm, as a character artist myself, a bit more inclined to preferring the character sections in here. But look at this. Isn't this just beautiful? I won't say I skip over the scenic sections entirely, but I have a tendency to fixate on the character sections instead. So I think that's what we're gonna look at today, is a character section, but maybe we'll come back. The infected section is also actually really cool, where they figure out how to draw, where they work on designing all of the different zombies, so clickers and bloaters, and stalkers, all that good stuff. It looks so cool. I think today we're just gonna look right at Joel and Ellie as my favorite babes. So that's page 9. So we're gonna skip over the introduction. We're not gonna read that today. So right here. Oh, that's page 9 already? 1, 2, 3. It says 9, doesn't it? I'm not crazy. It does, but that's fine. This drawing right here is actually, back before I bought this, what made me really want to get it. I really love this kind of style. I don't know how to describe it. It's like my dog is doing something downstairs. Like not quite an airbrush, but just the opacity of it. I won't say messiness, because that's not what I mean, but the lack of harsh lines and the softness, and they're smiling and they're happy, and I just, this was one of the pictures that they showed as like a preview for the book, and it just makes my heart so warm. I want a print of this on my wall. It's just so beautiful, and it makes me so happy. If only they were actually happy and sitting by a campfire all the time. So here we've got Joel, the man, the myth, the legend. I am gonna read this little thing. We'll see. This looks, actually, it's really funny because this doesn't look exactly how Joel ended up looking in the game. It's close, but not exact. And it actually kind of looks like Pedro Pascal. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. Who's playing him in the new HBO show. So maybe he doesn't. To me, when I just looked at it, I was like, hey, his nose and his eyes kind of look like him. Maybe it doesn't, but I thought that was funny because he's playing him. And I'm very nervous about that show. I'm very nervous. I'm gonna be so heart-wrenched. I already know it. Okay, there's Joel. Some different facial expressions. I like this one. He looks kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. He looks like that noise. Joel is one of the two main characters, so getting his appearance to our liking was extremely important. His look had to be flexible enough to allow for his story arc from a ruthless operator in the underground of a quarantine city to a caring father figure to Ellie. Joel's appearance is meant to evoke rural Americana, a nod to cherished American values of self-reliance and ingenuity in the face of hardship and deprivation. Here's some full body shots over here. This is basically the exact outfit he ends up wearing in the game. The classic flannel, the gas mask, the machete. And this says, "We experimented with Joel's age to determine how old we wanted him to look at the outset of the narrative." So older, younger. These are some pretty subtle changes. It's mostly in the hair, as far as I can see anyway. Some action shots. I like this one where he's leaning up against the wall, relaxing, I think smoking a cigarette. It's kind of hard to see. I don't think I just drew on that. I think that's just part of the page. It is. Okay. What does that say? These are sketches of Joel wearing different clothing and carrying different gear, which we use to pinpoint the general tone and posture of the character. This is more so just some art. We got Tess. Wife. I love Tess. Badass bitch. Powerful. I actually really like Tess's design. She's very beautiful. We've got Joel looking a little grumpy, as is the way, and doing some less than moralistic actions, partaking in some less than moralistic actions. We'll not talk about that right now. Got some more full body shots showing some different backpack options, so different ways some gear can be stacked onto his back, rifles, machetes, shotguns. Him with a messenger bag would be really interesting. Him with like a golf kind of bag. I like the regular good old backpack. This one right here has a little symbol right here. Actually kind of looks like Ellie's backpack with the little wings pin. Here over here we've got his actual backpack. Ratty old thing. And over here, what's this? Different kinds of pockets, I think. Pocket A, pocket C, pocket B. Don't know why it goes A, C, B, A, C, B, A, B, C, C, B, A, A, C, B. I can't really even see the pockets. It's probably... They zoom in on them here, but it's probably just because I'm sitting too far back. I can't really see. These ones don't look like Joel at all. He's got some longer hair, a differently shaped face for sure. Just the vibes aren't really him. These are some of the earliest designs for the character who would later become Joel. You can see just how much the look of Joel evolved over the course of production. Iteration is an integral part of the Naughty Dog development process. I'm not even sure if this looks like another character in the game. It looks like a mix between like Bill and I'm not sure who. I can't think of anyone that has long hair like that. I don't think. I could be wrong. this one with Ellie looking not exactly like Ellie, but not necessarily unlike Ellie. Joel having a rough time over here, a little beat up, some blood smeared on the walls, some shadows of most likely zombies. Technically could be men, but I'm gonna think zombies. I'm gonna go with zombies. I'm gonna go with zombies. I really like the lighting in this one. It's beautiful. The light on Ellie's face. Beautiful. The changes in these ones are also kind of subtle. This is the finished Joel model, but this time we're just looking at different clothing options. They knew they wanted some kind of Carhartt-ish jacket, and a backpack and jeans, so they knew they were going that direction. They were just trying different iterations for colors, whether he would wear it zipped up usually or unzipped, what he would wear underneath it. Another jacket, kind of high-collared, a flannel and a shirt. This is more of a winter jacket. Over here, these don't really look like Joel at all. Over here we've got some very different fits. A tank top, a vest. I can't imagine him wearing a vest. Some shirts, sweaters. We knew that as Joel and Ellie traveled across the United States, they would encounter different environments and weather conditions. These sketches are a small glimpse into how we found the right outfit for each setting. I love Joel's autumn outfit with the red flannel, I think it is. Love that one. I think this is more so the finished look. I could be wrong, but I think that's why they made it bigger and over here. This is more so the finished look. I know this is what his jacket looks like at the very least. Oh my gosh, that was my stomach. I wonder if you could hear that. And then we're gonna get into Ellie. Okay, so I like this one too. This artist, they normally have in the corner which artist it is that drew this, but the borders are black here, so I don't see it. I don't see the signature either, but it's the same artist. I'm fairly certain that did the first piece. This one. Oh, it doesn't say on here either. Maybe I'm thinking of one of my other books that has the name in all of the corners. But this is beautiful. Again, I really love this kind of line work, let's say. Got Joel with his arm around little Ellie. Keeping her safe. I just love them so much. Okay, and then we've got Ellie. This little sketch of her right here with her windswept hair. For a little tattered t-shirt. And we've got some figure designs for her. Some of them are quite different. This one kind of looks like Dina, actually. Got some longer hair. A shovel, interestingly. The outfit doesn't vary too much. Got some different kinds of shirts. An off-the-shoulder fit. This doesn't look like Ellie even a little bit. Establishing the proper look for Ellie was critical. This was a challenging journey to determine both her physical appearance and the soul of Ellie as a character. Ellie had to look young enough to make her daughter-father-like relationship with Joel believable, but also old enough to be credible as a precocious and resourceful teenager, capable of surviving in our post-pandemic world. And I'm 14, not that that means anything. Ellie, our sweet firecracker of a little girl. Ashley Johnson is so unbelievably talented. Love her. I just love all of these. these. I love all of these. Again, this kind of line work is just so beautiful to me. The smudginess of it. We've got her holding a sweet little puppy here. Sadly, there wasn't a lot of puppy love in the first game. But thankfully, unlike the second game, there wasn't a lot of puppy murdering either. So at least there's that. We got Sweet Buck that you actually get to pet too. So at least there's that in Jackson. We're showing her bite. Smacking somebody right upside the head. Some more behind shots again for like backpack designs. On the left here we've got her official design with the little keychains, the wings pin. Got some different keychains here, some different colored backpacks. Her walking, keeping her head low. She's got a gas mask even though she doesn't need it. Although this could have been earlier when she did still need it. Hard to say. I think this is her and Joel. Kind of hard to see from here. She looks a lot older in this one. Huddled up. Joel squatting down. Looks like she's drinking something. I have really bad eyesight, so I have to lean far enough back to not be in the shot. So, some of the small details, it's hard for me to see. Oh, I forgot to read this. Once a character's design gets close to final, we do black and white personality sketches. This is more of a, how do you say it? Oh, I can't think of the word. Not quite black and white, but still monochromatic, and there's a word for it. Oh my goodness. Can't think of it. It's kind of a sienna color to me. Burnt sienna. Personality sketches, which illustrate how the character would respond, behave, and express themselves in different situations. These sketches were incredibly helpful in developing Ellie's personality and how she interacts with other characters. I adore the color palette on this one. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got some different expressions up at the top here. Some different hairstyles. And then once they solidified that, some different variations of the same hairstyle with different bangs. Looks like even some different eyebrows. Down here with the more finished, you might have heard that car. The more finished look, we've got different variations on how beat up she gets. The left, she looks pretty good. The right, she looks pretty beaten up. She's got some blood on her face, bruised scratches. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, we're good. The final design for Ellie on the left here. The logo on her shirt says T1. T1. A nod to the development team's naming conventions. T1 was the code name for the game during development. The Last of Us 1, T1. Ellie here. Joel also took some variations, but this is a lot of variation, I feel, in comparison to Joel's, especially with all these haircuts and hair colors. They do call her a redhead in the game. In some notes you find from the Fireflies, it's more of a reddish brown, but here you can see her as a more full redhead. Fully blonde in this one. This doesn't look like Ellie at all. Some different fits, hats, scarves, shirts. These were some of the earliest explorations of Ellie before her final character emerged. In the bottom row, we were getting close to something that we liked. And yeah, this is pretty close to the way Ellie turned out. Just with some different shirt colors. Different shoe colors. I didn't realize that at first. Got some boots. Some does end up wearing, as you can see over here. Some more full body shots, experimenting with outfits. This is like that other jewel page, where all of these are the finalized model, just with some different colored jackets, some different jeans, some different shoes, hood up, hood down. It's kind of weird to see her in a hood. I don't think she ever wears a hood up in the game, in the first game. Got some flannels, got some big buff cargo jackets. And then these ones are more, well, I guess these ones do kind of keep the original look too, just in a different style. Sweater, a winter look with a little hat, big jacket, a vest. I really like cargo pants. Cargo pants look, oh, some leg warmers even. Wow. And that's actually it for that chapter already. So maybe we'll turn to just a couple random pages. This, of course, being the city's, how should I call it? Downfall. The city on the day of the outbreak day. These are concepts set in the present day, so 2013, I believe, illustrating the early moments of the outbreak. Contrasting color, yes, it's beautifully done, and strong directional light all work to evoke feelings of tension and danger. The lighting on the fire, and the blues and reds from the police cars, and the street lights, and the gas station are so beautiful, so beautiful. And that beginning of the game is just so beautiful in the finished form. Dawn of the Wolf, which Joel went to see with little Sarah before Outbreak Day. This is Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park, but with giraffes. Giraffes are, I won't say a huge theme in this game, but there's the one part with the giraffes that's a very important, pivotal moment in my opinion, and just a beautiful moment actually, when you stand there and it's soft and somber after a big traumatic, evocative moment. Kind of slows down, lets you feel the music, lets you process things. It's just so beautifully done. There's also just a lot of giraffe plushies that you can find around, and hints to giraffes. Someone must have really liked giraffes. And in the second game, Jurassic Park, there's a few references to Jurassic Park in some of the flashbacks. So, Point broken, I think it says. Again, my bad eyesight. My nose is starting to run as well. I have to stop. Oh, Tommy. What a good random page to turn to. Love Tommy. Joel's little baby brother. This here's how I know my Tommy. Oh, cigarette. And with a hat. Him much more blonde over here, shorter hair. I do really like the overall look, actually. I don't know about the capris, but I really like the overall look. Tommy. Since Tommy is Joel's younger brother, it was important to have him resemble Joel in stature and rugged toughness. But we also needed Tommy's appearance to express his compassionate and more hopeful approach to the end of civilization. His rounder features, softer expression. Tommy shares Joel's gritty masculinity. But as has a gentleness that Joel has almost completely lost in the post-pandemic world. I think we're actually going to stop on Tommy. But there's some other beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artworks in here. This is the ski lodge, I think. Some clickers looking gnarly. Looking absolutely gnarly. Here we've got, actually this is really cool, the evolution of turning into a clicker from Walker all the way over time to clicker. And we've just got some shots. This was actually my background on my computer for a long time. Here we've got some different versions of it. Or maybe an evolution of. Until you get down here where it's much closer to the finished result. Got this sketch of it up here. Some different little sketches. Joel teaching Ellie the way around a gun. And then we'll call that good. What is on the last page though? Oh, God, what's this called? It's the comic, which I haven't actually read. Left behind is the DLC. What's the name of the comic? American Dreams. When I first got really into The Last of Us, I really wanted to buy it. But then I never did. I never did. So I still should. I love the brushwork on this one. It feels almost impressionistic. Thick globs. Being able to see the brush marks. And the palette is beautiful again. Warm but muted. Just saturated and purpley and beautiful. Beautiful. So we're gonna call that it for this one, I think. I don't think it's a crazy long video. I can't see my phone to see the time on it. I don't think it's a crazy long video, but that's okay. If anyone's interested, or if anyone else really likes The Last of Us, which I didn't really give a proper introduction when I was starting this video. I just said, hey, The Last of Us, I love this game. I'm assuming a lot of people know what it is, but not everyone probably. If you're clicking on this video titled after The Last of Us, you might. But I love this game. I have a lot of other goodies from it. I got the collector's edition of The Last of Us Part 2, so I have a few Ellie statues. I've got some pins, some stickers. I've got Dina's bracelet. I've got the little art book that came with it. What else? I have some Pop Funkos. I actually think I only have Joel. I don't have Ellie. Because Pop Funkos aren't my favorite art collectible in the world. I don't necessarily love their design. But if I love a character enough, like I do Joel, I will buy Pop Funko anyway. So I do have a couple of characters that I really, really love. And lastly, I think I have, I know I have it. I mean, I think it's lastly. I don't think there's more I'm forgetting. I have a few unofficial figures that I got. I believe they were made by CC Toys. Kind of like Hot Toys, like, you know, the ball joint doll kind of figures. I have one of Ellie and Joel, and they're so unbelievably beautiful, which I was really happy about. I bought Joel on a whim. I pre-ordered him in 2020. I got him not that long ago because everything was delayed due to COVID for quite a while, but they're so beautiful, which I was really lucky, given that they're unofficial pieces, third party, I think they're called, but they're so beautiful. So if you're interested in seeing any of that stuff, in ASMR or not ASMR form, let me know. I will gladly make another Last of Us video. I could talk about do also have a few other video game art books I would also like to look at. Probably look at this one some more, some of the other chapters, talk more about the game instead of just reading what's on the page, maybe, I'm not sure. I've got one for Bioshock, specifically Bioshock Infinite. And Elizabeth is another one of those characters that I really love, and I have the Pop Funko of. Even though I don't love Pop Funkos, I've got one for Mass Effect, the original trilogy, Mass Effect, the original trilogy, what else? Final Fantasy 15, an obsession of mine for quite a while, Overwatch, again, from 2016 to 2020, I was just so into Overwatch. I still play it now and then, but it was my lifeblood for at least 2 years. The only thing I ever did in my free time. And the first online multiplayer game I ever really got into. Let me look on my shelf behind me. Yeah, and then I have a Dragon Age one. And then Dragon Age Inquisition. And then in terms of video games, that's it for now, but I have a couple of movie and TV show ones. Stranger Things, Guardians of the Galaxy. I've also got quite a few magazines, like the Time ones, the fancy ones they print. I have a Star Trek one, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones. Those would also be fun to look through, I think, so. Got some more over the head, not focused on my face videos I could do. And before I forget, let me blow out this candle and put the lid back on. See if I can scooch closer. That might be noisy. Might have to cut that out. So if I did cut it out, now I have scooched closer. Blow out this candle and put the lid back on like I said I would. See if I can blow it out from here. Alright, one more big one. Lovely. And then let's put the lid on. Sorry, that's enough of that. I just really like the sound of this lid. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to talk about The Last of Us, hit me up. I'm obsessed. Even to this day. I replay this at the very least 3 times a year, in all honesty. So, alright, have a lovely night. Sleep well, have a